The cheapest gas station in your town might be the most expensive decision you make all year. Because two stations can sit across the street from each other, sell fuel for almost the same price, and one of them is quietly coating the inside of your engine with deposits that will cost you thousands. The gas looks the same, the pump looks the same, your car cannot tell the difference for months, and by the time it can, the damage is already done. I am going to show you 7 kinds of gas stations you should never fill up at, and 4 that actually protect your engine every single time you use them. Every one of these comes from how fuel actually moves from the refinery to your tank, not from rumors. And stay to the end, because the last one is a 30-second check you can do from the driver's seat that tells you if a station is safe before you ever touch the pump. Let us start with the one almost everybody gets wrong. Station number 1. The no-name discount station with a price that looks too good to be true. Here's the secret the fuel industry does not advertise. Almost all gasoline in America starts out identical. It comes from the same regional terminals, through the same pipelines into the same tanker trucks. The brand does not own the base fuel. What makes gas good or bad is what gets blended in at the loading rack, the detergent additive package. Quality brands pay for strong detergent packages. Discount no-name stations often buy the legal minimum because nobody can see the difference at the pump. And the legal minimum is a real problem. The government standard for fuel detergents was written back in 1995 when engines were simple. Modern direct injection engines are nothing like that. They run hotter, they run leaner, and they spray fuel at enormous pressure through injector holes thinner than a human hair. Minimum detergent fuel lets carbon build up on those injectors and on the intake valves, layer by layer, tank after tank. You never feel it happening. That is what makes it dangerous. Then, one day, the symptoms arrive at all once. Rough idle at red lights, hesitation when you pull into traffic, fuel economy that quietly slipped 10%, a check engine light for a misfire. The shop quotes you an injection cleaning service at $300 to $600, and if an injector is too far gone, replacement runs past $1,000. Now do the math on what that discount actually saved you. 8 cents a gallon on a 15-gallon tank is $1.20 per fill-up, around $5 a month. You're trading a $1,200 fuel system repair for the price of one coffee. That is the entire business model of bargain fuel, and millions of drivers take that trade every single day without knowing they made it. Station number 2, the station where the tanker truck is parked and filling the underground tanks. This one can hurt you even at a good station, and almost nobody knows about it. Every underground fuel tank on Earth slowly collects sediment, fine rust from the tank walls, dirt that sneaks in during deliveries, a little water from condensation. Over the years, it settles into a quiet layer at the bottom of the tank, safely below the pickup point where the pumps draw fuel. Down there, it hurts nobody. But when the tanker truck arrives and pumps thousands of gallons of fresh fuel into that tank at high speed, it stirs the whole tank like a spoon in a coffee cup. All of that sediment and water lifts off the bottom and swirls around, exactly where the station pumps are pulling from. For the next 2 hours, the cleanest looking station in town is serving its dirtiest fuel. Fill up during that window, and a scoop of that debris rides home in your tank. Your fuel filter catches most of it, and that's the trap, because a filter that catches a surge of sediment starts to clog. A clogged filter starves the engine at high demand, and your fuel pump, which is cooled and lubricated by the fuel flowing through it, works harder and runs hotter against the blockage. Fuel pumps that should last 200,000 miles die at 80,000 this way. A replacement is $400 to $900, and the mechanic will never tell you it started with one badly timed fill-up. The fix costs nothing. If you pull in and see the tanker unloading, keep driving. Come back in a few hours or find another station. One glance at the parking lot and this problem can never touch you. Station number 3, the quiet station that never has customers. An empty station feels like a win. No lines, no waiting, pulls straight up to the pump. But think about what gasoline actually is. It's a fresh product with a shelf life like milk, just slower. From the day it's refined, gasoline starts giving up its lightest, most flammable compounds and slowly oxidizing. After about 3 months in a tank, it's already degrading. After 6 months, it can turn gummy and leave varnish through the whole fuel system. A busy station never has this problem because its tanks turn over completely every few days. The fuel simply has no time to age. But that sleepy little station out on the rural highway, the one where you've never seen more than one car at the pumps, might be pouring fuel into your tank that's been sitting underground since last season. Stale fuel burns unevenly, the engine knocks under load, the computer sees misfires and lights up the dash, varnish coats the injectors from the inside, and drivers blame the car, the oil, the weather, everything except the sleepy little station that sold them old fuel. Here's the rule, and it never fails. Buy gas where the trucks and the commuters buy gas. Volume equals freshness. An empty gas station is not convenience. It's inventory that nobody's buying, and you're about to find out why. Now, the next few are quick, but don't click away because station number 7 is the one that fools smart drivers every single day, and the 4 safe stations after it are the whole reason you clicked on this video. Station number 4, the station with cracked pavement, faded signs, and rusty pumps. This is not about being a snob, it's about what the surface tells you about everything underneath. A gas station is basically a storefront sitting on top of a serious industrial fuel system. Underground tanks, gaskets, and seals on every fitting, filters inside every pump that are supposed to be replaced on a schedule. All of it costs money to maintain, and all of it is invisible to you. So the visible part becomes your only evidence. A station that can't afford to fix its sign or patch its pavement isn't spending money on tank seals you can't see. Old gaskets let rainwater seep into the fuel. Skipped pump filters let debris straight through to your car. Water in a modern high-pressure fuel system corrodes injectors and can kill the pump, and it also feeds microbial growth, an actual sludge that grows in the bottom of neglected tanks. Walk the logic once and you'll never forget. The surface is the tank. If the station looks abandoned above ground, it's worse below ground. Spend your money somewhere that spends money on itself. Station number 5, the station pushing high ethanol fuel into cars that can't handle it. That yellow 85 handle at the end of the pump row is not just another grade of gas. It is up to 85% ethanol, and unless your vehicle is specifically built as a flex fuel vehicle, it does not belong in your tank, not even once. And here is why. Ethanol pulls water out of the air and holds it. It attacks older rubber fuel lines, seals, and gaskets, and it burns leaner and hotter in an engine that was tuned for gasoline, which is exactly the kind of heat that damages pistons and valves over time. But the trap is not just the yellow handle. Look closer at the regular pumps. Standard American gasoline is 10% ethanol. Some stations now sell 15% ethanol labeled E15 or 88 octane for a few cents less than regular. For newer cars, it is approved, but for cars built before about 2001, and for every small engine you own, the lawnmower, the generator, the boat, the pressure washer, that extra ethanol accelerates corrosion and gum formation, and manufacturers explicitly warn against it. The sticker that explains all of this is the size of a credit card, stuck low on the pump where nobody reads it. Read it once. The savings on the cheaper handle is pennies. The equipment it can quietly ruin is worth thousands. Station number 6, the station that talks you into premium your car does not need. This one does not damage your engine, it drains your wallet instead, which is the same scam pointed at a different target. Premium fuel exists for one reason: engines that require high octane, turbocharged engines, high compression engines. Your owner manual settles it in a single line: requires premium, recommends premium, or regular. If your car takes regular, premium gives you absolutely nothing. Not more power, not a cleaner engine, not better economy. Octane is not a quality score, it is a resistance rating, and paying for resistance your engine never asks for is burning money. Drivers in America waste roughly $2 billion a year pumping premium into cars that cannot use it, about $400 each, and stations promote it happily because premium carries their fattest margin. But here's the flip side, because this mistake runs in both directions. If your car requires premium and you feed it regular to save $5, a modern engine will protect itself by pulling ignition timing. You lose the exact power and fuel economy you paid for when you bought the car. And on older engines, you risk genuine knock damage. So the rule is simple and boring and correct. Match the manual, not the marketing, not the upsell, not the guy at the counter. The manual. Station number 7. The station right next to the highway exit ramp. This one is the one that fools smart drivers because everything about it looks premium. Bright lights, big brand, busy pumps, and it's engineered around one simple fact about you. You are never coming back. Highway exit stations serve strangers passing through. No repeat customers means no reason to compete on price, so they charge the maximum the market will bear. Routinely 30 to 60 cents a gallon more than the same brand 2 miles into town. On a 15-gallon tank, that's up to $9 for the exact same fuel. And the transient crowd attracts something worse than markup: card skimmers. Criminals target exactly these stations because every customer is a stranger and nobody notices a pump that looks slightly off. Give the card reader a firm wiggle before you insert your card. Use the pump closest to the cashier window. And better yet, drive the 2 extra minutes into town. The fuel might be identical. The total cost of that convenience is the worst in the county. So, those are the 7 to avoid. Now flip the list. Here are the 4 stations that actively protect your engine, and the last one is the 30-second check I promised you. Safe station number 1. Any station wearing the top-tier badge. This is the single most useful sticker in the entire fuel world, and most drivers have never once noticed it. Top tier is a detergent standard, created not by oil companies but by the car makers themselves. BMW, General Motors, Toyota, Honda, and others got together because the government minimum from 1995 was not protecting modern engines, and they wrote their own standard. Fuel that carries the badge has several times the minimum detergent level in every grade, including cheap regular. And the proof is brutal. Independent testing ran identical engines for 100 hours, one set on top-tier fuel, one set on minimum detergent fuel. The engines on minimum fuel came out with about 19 times more carbon buildup on the intake valves. 19 times. That's the difference hiding behind a 3-cent price gap. Car makers now print the recommendation directly in owner manuals, which is the closest thing to a guarantee the fuel world has. Look for the small white and green top-tier badge on the pump face or the station door. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, and it turns choosing a station into a 5-second decision. Safe station number 2. The busy big box station, the warehouse clubs and supermarket giants. Here's the twist most people never see coming. Several of the biggest discount fuel sellers in America are fully top-tier certified. Their fuel is cheap because of buying power and colossal volume, not because the additive package is weak. And that same volume solves the freshness problem automatically because their underground tanks turn over in days, sometimes in hours. Heavily additized fuel that never sits still at the lowest posted price in town. So the lesson is precise. Cheap does not mean bad. Uncertified means bad. A discount station with the badge beats an expensive station without it. Every single time. Let the badge decide, never the price sign. Safe station number 3. The station where the mechanics and fleet drivers fill up. Delivery fleets, taxi drivers, contractors, and mechanics buy more fuel than anyone in your town, and their income depends on their vehicles starting every morning. They can't afford fuel problems, so they run a permanent experiment across thousands of tanks. The station that ever gives their vehicles trouble gets abandoned instantly, and the one that never does earns every truck in the area, morning after morning. You can read the results of that experiment from the road. If the work trucks line up at the same station every day, that station has passed a test no advertising can fake. Follow the people who buy fuel for a living, and you'll never need to guess. Safe station number 4. The station that passes the 30-second driver's seat check. Here it is, everything in this video compressed into one habit. Before you get out of the car, look for 4 things. 1. The top-tier badge on the pump or the door. That covers detergents. 2. No tanker truck unloading in the lot. That covers stirred sediment. 3. Real customers at the pumps. That covers fuel freshness. 4. Pumps and pavement in decent shape. That covers the tanks you can't see. 4 looks, 30 seconds, $0. A station that passes all 4 is safe to trust with your engine. A station that fails 2 or more, you drive away from, no matter what the price sign says. Do this for 1 month, and it becomes automatic, a habit that quietly protects you at every fill-up for the rest of your driving life. So now you know what the fuel industry never explains at the pump. The right station costs about 3 cents more per gallon and protects a machine you paid $30,000 for. The wrong one saves you pocket change and eats your engine from the inside, slowly enough that you never connect the damage to the cause. But here is the thing. Fuel is only one piece of how long a car lives. The drivers whose cars glide past 300,000, even 400,000 miles are not lucky, and they are not driving special cars. They share a handful of small habits, and almost nobody talks about them. I broke down all 17, and number 9 is the one that shocked me because I had been doing the exact opposite for years and calling it good maintenance. That video is on your screen right now. Watch it before your next oil change.